Well, hello and a very warm welcome back to Garden Club. Here we are in the third week in September, and you know, it is the most beautiful day on which I'm recording this for you. There's a real sense of, still a little bit of summer heat, and so often I say how much I love September. I think September is a beautiful month. And my memory over the years are days like this, days when you get that late summer heat in September. I think my love of it has something to do with the fact that as the season moves on, we know in our heart, somewhere in our heart, that each day, each warm day that's like the summer is sort of more precious, because there won't be many more until we get to the winter. So it's a beautiful thing, So often, the end of something is very precious, beautiful. Anyway, enough of that. What are we going to do today? Well, this, as far as I'm concerned, is all really exciting, because we're going to start planting the first of our bulbs for the spring. We're also going to plant some wallflowers today as well, which again will be lovely in sort of April and early May and will smell beautiful. But this is the first of our spring bulbs, and we're going to be planting some mixed narcissus, really lovely little narcissus, little baby ones, and they're going to be beautiful. They're probably by the end of February they'll be looking great, and almost, I'd be very, very surprised if in your garden by the middle of December we're not seeing the young shoots coming up, and you get a better look at them each week and say, yes, look, we have bulbs coming up, and what a wonderful thing that'll be. So without further ado, let's get on and do some planting. So here we are, and this is doubly exciting this week because this is the first week that you get your kit from which you can plant your own bulbs in the house when I'm not with you. So you get a lovely plastic pot. We're going to be doing this right up until Christmas time. Some of these will be big pots and some will be little pots. It just depends on the kind of bulb that we're planting, but today we've got a nice big pot like this. It's got the right kind of compost in it, and here we are. Here is your kit with everything you need in it to plant your bulbs. So we have the bulbs, and in there we also have some nice wood chippings. There's some chipped bark which will look lovely on the top just to make it look nice and pretty, and we have our label so that we know what we've planted, because that's really, really important. So now, here we are, these lovely little narcissus. Some are single like this and some are double, but they're just as lovely as each other, and look nice, don't they? I think bulbs are lovely. As I always say, they're so full of promise of the spring. So here we are. I'm waxing lyrical about the wonders of September. But the added joy is that we're planting things that are going to make the spring beautiful. That's lovely. So, I usually start by planting in the centre first. It just always seems to be the easiest thing to do. And this time I've made a hole about as long as my fingers, really. And we put the bulb in, obviously pointy end up. In it goes. Make sure it's the right way up. There it is. They topple over sometimes. And then we work our way around the edge, like the clock. We've got 4 more bulbs. We've got 5 bulbs today. We normally have 5 bulbs. That's almost always what we have. So it's 1 in the middle, and then 1 sort of north, 1 to the east, 1 to the south. There we are, another one. And 1 to the west. You're looking at that back to front to me, so you'll be saying I've got the east and the west the wrong way round, but from where I was standing it was right. Good. So we do that, we give it a little press down just so it's nice and flat and even, and then all we do is we add the chippings on the top. So we can tip them out like that and spread them out over the whole pot like that. That will be lovely. There we are. We need to add our label, and then there's one more thing which we need to do, which is really, really important. And in fact, I haven't got the facility with me at the table like this. We need to water them in. So ideally, you know, you need to give them a really good soaking with water now, so the pot has become really quite heavy with water. Once you've done that, in the autumn like this, you know, the weather will just look after them. We won't need to water these again until perhaps, well, maybe not at all actually if they're flowering in February, but until they go dry at some point perhaps. So a really good watering, that's one little thing for you to do. So I don't know if you can see, look, the wood chippings on the top make it look rather nice. There we are. That's the planting of the bulbs. Excellent. So now, time to plant your first wallflowers. This year we're planting 2 varieties of wallflower. These lovely Persian carpet ones, and look, they've grown really well. Roots coming out the bottom already. These are the real classic wallflowers, all those colours that you're really familiar with, the yellows and the oranges and the mixed reds and cream colours, all those lovely wallflower colours. And of course they will smell beautiful, and they'll flower at the same time as the forget-me-nots and complement the tulips so well in April and early in May. It will be beautiful. So these are the classic wallflowers. A little bit later on, when they've done a bit more growing, we'll plant some deep ruby red wallflowers, just the red ones. They're also stunningly beautiful when they flower. But anyway, for now, let's plant our wallflowers. Here we are. Now, I'm going to put one in there, like that. Should be lovely. And one here. These are really quite vigorous plants. They'll grow really strongly, and they're going to be absolutely lovely. They'll sit outside very happily. There's that lovely one, look at that, and the roots. Happily through the winter. Doesn't matter how cold it gets, how nasty it gets. You know, they'll sit out there under the snow if we have snow, and through the frost and the ice and hail and sleet and, you know, things like that. Now, we're just going to pinch out the centre, because if we do that now, we are sure that all the lovely side shoots will come on and bush out nicely like this. Then they won't become sort of leggy little plants. There we are, like that. That will be absolutely lovely later on. So I'm going to bring these out to you at the same time as I bring you your bulbs, and they'll make your show lovely in the spring. We planted them on a warm September day, and they'll bloom on probably one of those first really warm days in April, when you can go outside in your shirt sleeves again for the first time and think, yes, spring has come. The rhythm of the seasons. Isn't that beautiful? So, there we are. There's a little something from Garden Club for this week, the 3rd week in September. And as I say, it's beautiful at the moment. It is, as always, such a joy to share with you some of the joy of the garden. And I hope you enjoy planting the bulbs yourselves. I hope it's fun. And, you know, I would love to be there with you planting them. But, you know, another time, maybe, you know, later on, one day anyway, that we'll be back together again. In the meanwhile, I shall look forward to preparing your little kit of bulbs for next week, and there'll be some more plants as well. And so take care, have a good week, and I shall be in touch like this again next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.